Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. What's up, everybody? You're back in here. Pro Football Pod. Hulk, Coach, Austin. We're all hanging out. We've got Grit City, Detroit preview for you today. We've got the whole NFC North this week. If you haven't already, go check out the Bears, Packers, and Vikings episodes. What's up, boys?
Vikings.
I'm really excited to dive into the Lions here. They're one of my darlings in the NFL right now.
This is America's team at this point.
It is.
It really is slowly becoming America's team.
They were supposed to go to the Super Bowl last year. They got gypped.
I loved what Detroit did for the draft. Detroit killed it for the draft as a city. So just shout out 305.
And then just today, they made Jared Goff a high-paid quarterback.
They handed him
second highest paid annually of any quarterback behind Joe Burrow.
Now, before we get started with
congrats.
It's well deserved.
What do you guys think about players being able to wear those little condom things on their helmets during the game?
We haven't really gotten into this yet. That's wild.
They are allowed to wear them, not that they have to.
No, but they can. What do you think about that?
I don't think
certain players like Tua Tagovailoa should wear one. But other than that, I don't really care.
Yeah, just drink a whole bag of dicks right there, Austin.
Drink a bag of dicks.
He's had no concussions. How many concussions has he had?
No, I think it would make sense for offensive and defensive linemen to wear them because it's constant. Just you can
running
look
backs,
at the helmets,
linebackers.
You can look at the helmet scrapes. I think once you get into skill positions, you'll never see a wide receiver wearing one of those.
No way.
No. You'll never see a corner wearing one of those. You'll never see a safety wearing one of those.
For real. They don't want to look retarded out there.
If they can make them smaller and less bulky, I think you would have a case. But then again, it's covering up the helmet. It's coming. It's all of that. I understand them making it to where, just making it safer. Hey, if y'all want to wear them, you can. I just don't think we're going to see many people doing it at all.
It's going to tumble over.
I could see in the future if a player is coming back from a concussion, first game they're eligible back from concussion.
So obvious that
they have to wear one at that
protocol.
Point.
Exactly, it should be protocol.
So jumping quickly into the ADPs, Jared Goff, quarterback 12, 90 overall. Jahmyr Gibbs, love that value. Jahmyr Gibbs, fourth running back off the board, 12 overall. Might be a little bit early for me because Montgomery is 21st running back, 74th overall, and he's going to get another 12 touchdowns this year. He's a great player. If Montgomery doesn't play a snap, he's easily the fourth running back. But
now, keep in mind this is for half-point PPR leagues as well. So Gibbs's value, and that's where the kind of space in this. I think if we go to standard scoring, it's much closer.
Yes.
But I do see what you're saying. It's a little rich for me for Gibbs at number 12 overall.
I love Montgomery, though.
However,
I love Gibbs there.
If you're picking at the back end of your draft in a 10-team league, if you're picking at 9 or 10, or 12-team league, you're picking at 10 through 12, I love getting Gibbs on a wraparound. A little wraparound.
I like that.
To where, you
double
get
up
Puka
on and Gibbs. A little wraparound action. That's
if you're able to snag something like that, you're playing with a little gas right there. So I do like that in that position.
Now, Amon-Ra, number 5th receiver, number 8th overall. Love. The guy's finally jumped into the first round. He's finally in the top 10 of receivers, and he's jumped all the way to 5.
Now it sucks because his value is actually where it should be, and we're not able to get him in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th round anymore.
Jameson Williams, wide receiver 49 at 116
that boy is
overall,
climbing the charts.
Is just right behind Addison. I don't like that at all.
It wasn't shown, but it was like the glimpses of he does have what it takes to be an elite.
It's a target share for me. That's the whole issue. He doesn't get enough targets. He's too big play dependent. And
but you have a really confident quarterback, going into the season.
That's
that
true.
he's going to be able to throw the ball to him. And this guy was coming off injury before, and then the suspension or whatever. Like,
yep, last year was the suspension. Now,
and when you're looking at the guys behind him too, like Mike Williams, Romeo Doubs, Jacoby Myers, Tyler Lockett, I would take Jameson in that spot just for the big playability that he gives you. Like just that speed over the top. Like I feel like he's another year in the offense, starting to open him up more. See, for me, I think Lockett's value takes a dip this year because I think
last year was
JSN jumps him,
starts to come over there.
I don't know, man. Then, Lockett's been such a safe pick like for so long. I think that still taking the flyer on Lockett,
it's definitely not a bad pick. Not a bad one to go with, but like if you want a more exciting one, like
we have a new number one.
Wow, I just saw that whenever I was looking.
New tight end number one, Travis Kelce
has been dethroned for the first time in like what 8 years
by a guy in his second season. Year 2 for Sam Laporta comes in. Says, excuse me.
He was the number one tight end last year, and he played all 17 games. He had like 12 touchdowns, 13 touchdowns. He had multiple games with 3 touchdowns in him. So, like, Sam Laporta is, with Ben Johnson being there, he's that dude. Like, this is the last year, maybe. We'll see what their offense is able to look like when Ben Johnson gets a head coaching job in Dallas next year. But we don't know. You don't like that, Austin?
We're getting Deion Sanders. Shut your mouth.
I mean, if you're a Lions fan, you can take Amon Ra at number 8 overall, take Jahmyr Gibbs on the wraparound, and then on your very next pick, take Sam Laporta.
Bang.
And I mean, your bye week's gonna fucking crush you, but I think that's
still
awesome.
Get to wait until the 8th or 9th round before you even have to take Goff.
Yeah,
and you literally, the way these guys are set up, you could take every one of the offensive skill position guys for the Detroit Lions, and it would make sense. Like Amon Ra, then Jahmyr Gibbs, then you come back later and you get Sam Laporta, and then you go ahead and take Montgomery just so that way you have the handcuff to Gibbs. Then I need my quarterback because I've waited a little while. Everybody else has theirs. Let me snag Goff because his value is insane. Okay, and then I'm just gonna add Jameson Williams just for a kicker. My bye week is going to absolutely destroy me.
Please.
And then talk about their kicker and their defense, both solid.
Please, everybody listening to this episode, do not do that. We are not recommending. We are not recommending.
I'm
wearing Run Berry Run right now, and I'm telling
one of these degenerates like Austin that have 23 leagues. We'll have one league because I used to do that in the past where I had one league where I just
you didn't win any championships like that, dog. As I could. That's not how you do it. All right.
Well, no, if I'm paying for a league, I'm not drafting that way. But if I'm playing with users 367-249 Miami, I'm probably going to draft that way because I don't care about that guy.
Don't do that, guys. For all.
You're going to see majority of these Lions players on my team. There's going to be a Gibbs. There's going to be a Laporta at least.
I like that. I actually, I love that. I love that, Austin. I think that of all the players to get
anchors,
I would say I would probably say Montgomery, Goff, and Laporta are 3 people that I'm absolutely targeting at value. No questions asked. 74 overall, 90 overall, and 22 overall for tight end. I don't like taking my tight ends that early. But if he can fall to 25 because people aren't buying the hype, someone still takes Kelce or Mark Andrews above him, I'll take him then. I'll take him in the end of the 3rd round. Like, I think that's absolute value for a guy like Sam Laporta.
Oh, yeah.
Now, flip over to the defensive side. If you're still here with us, subscribe, hit that noti bell, TulsiRoseTea.com. I love what they did in the draft as far as the defensive side goes. They saw where their weakness was at corner, back-to-back. Terrion Arnold at pick 24, Enos Rakestraw at pick 29, 5 picks apart. And I love both of those players. I love them not only because of their skill sets, but how they will fit that culture there. Those two dudes are just dogs that will get after it. They're nasty. Terry and Arnold, don't know if you guys saw that quote from him.
About his mom?
Said if his mom was at wide receiver, he's pressing her into the dirt, and she
into
knows
the dirt. Into the dirt. And she knows. I love that.
That's how she raised me. She expects me to put her into the dirt. Like, I love that mentality. You know, Dan Campbell absolutely is eating that mentality up.
Who's their other corner? He's like J.C. Horn, real big guy, kind of tall, prototypical size.
They brought in. They've got Carlton Davis that they brought in. He's 6'1", 206 for him. And then Emmanuel Mosley's 5'11", 195.
Who did they draft a couple years ago?
They got rid of him. I think
Akuda.
Yeah, I feel like
got traded to Atlanta, and now he's in Houston.
They took him as like a top 10 pick. And I think that's
real high.
That was one of their biggest issues. That he had the size and the speed, but I feel like he never had the grit. Like, to play in the Motor City, to play for Dan Campbell, if you don't have the grit, I mean, Austin's wearing the jersey of the guy that defines it. Like, Hutch has the grit. That dude flips a switch when he hits the football field.
I love how the Lions have built their team. Literally. Like, they built them with the correct skill guys. They've also built them with guys that fully are immersed into their culture. And when you look at their squad, like, if you just pull them up on PFF, if you're into those type of grades, their trenches, like their offensive and defensive line, are just team building dreams.
What team do they remind you of in the AFC? Like a mirrored team.
A mirrored team of the AFC?
Yeah.
The Ravens?
That's a close call. It's
Ravens,
very, very,
Ravens
very,
is
very
the
close.
only one I can pull.
I was saying Steelers.
Steelers is good. I mean,
I love the Steelers draft, what they did with their offensive line and what they're doing there. But the Steelers ain't got these skill guys or the quarterback. Like, that's my honestly.
Austin's saying with the trenches specifically, like honestly, with what they're building out offensive.
If they can get through San Francisco, the Lions, for me, they're going to be a very popular Super Bowl pick because of the value you can get on them in the betting market. Like, this team is geared for a run. Like, they're one of those teams to where you can kind of just taste it. Yeah. Like, they're going to get a
drive away from going last year.
Yeah, like, they're going to get there. As a Dolphins fan, obviously, if the Dolphins, I want them to make the Super Bowl, but if not, I want to see a Detroit-Houston Super Bowl so bad.
You and 98% of the rest of the NFL.
It's actually
basically, if you're not a 49ers fan, like, you want your team or you want to see the Lions. Like, everybody.
Houston's gonna get
You're right.
shine,
and
but
what
it's
city
the Bengals.
Deserves a championship from their football team more than the Detroit Lions.
That people want to see is the Bengals versus the Lions Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think. Well, no, I mean the Dolphins.
See, I've seen the Bengals in the Super Bowl. I would love to see two teams the way they've been built with Houston and Detroit. Like, that Super Bowl to me would just be ultimate fanfare, like, just good feelings all around. Bring a Super Bowl to Houston for the first time. Bring a Super Bowl to Detroit for the first time. It would be amazing. But
so talking about the grades,
like we always do.
Real quick, they were the best rated offense in their division. They were the best rated defense in their division. They were best rated overall. Their receiving core was the best rated. Their run game was only 2 points from being the best rated. Their run blocking is by far the best rated last year. Their run defense, their pass rush is number 2. I mean, across the board, this team is a football team. I know that they did Hard Knocks 2 years ago, and everyone got to watch Billie Jean get sung by Aiden Hutchinson, and that was the highlight. The highlight for me was looking at how many coaches they have that have actual NFL experience.
Yeah,
that was awesome to see.
And they're actually good up-and-coming coaches, too. Like, they're not guys that just, they have the experience, let's get them in the building. Like, these are guys that are being looked at for promotions throughout the rest of the league as well.
Everyone's trying to steal them, and none of them want to leave until they bring a Super Bowl to Detroit. So their over-unders on wins is 10.5. I think it's easy.
They went 12-5 last year and won the division. I think they're looking at 12 wins again this year.
I mean, 13 in their future.
I like that, Austin. I think that it's a hard sell for me to say that there's another football team that's going to beat them. Jared Goff has stepped it up every single year in this system.
Outside of Jared Goff getting hurt, that's the only way I see them going under 10 wins here.
Amon-Ra also needs to be healthy for them. He is such a big part of their game plan. Yes, they run the ball super well, but he's so efficient with his 15 to 20 targets a game and what he's capable of doing on moving the sticks for them on third down. I think that they do need him. If Jameson Williams was their top receiver, I think that they struggle slightly. Not that they would fall off completely, but that's just kind of my take on the Lions.
That's kind of like any team, really. If their top receiver goes down, they're kind of fucked.
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah.
But hey, if you're listening to us, you're not fucked because you're here with us having a great old time.
Boy.
Hit that subscribe button, hit that noti button. Check out the rest of our NFC North episodes we've dropped for you this week. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. TulsiRoseTea.com is that sponsor. Go ahead, head over there, get all your tea needs. Peace out. Hit that outro. We end that outro. Oh.